That'll do it.
All right, so we are live. This is part 3 of the American Courage storyline. This is in Game Night's New Champions World, and we're using Brennel's Hero mod, which is just outstanding. Just a little bit of the setup that we can give, and I'll ask some of the characters that are playing tonight to introduce themselves. But we've got Wild Thing, Maximum Resistance, Windwalker, and Cypher and his army of robots that are with us in the game tonight. And these heroes have basically infiltrated an underground viper nest, and they were coming to this whole area because a cargo ship named the American Courage emergency docked at the Zug Island Industrial Complex, and news reports and other things were making it very clear that something crazy was happening because of that ship. And Wild Thing did some reconnaissance and found that the water was boiling. Things around, the water was boiling, and things near the ship were turning into metal. Living things were. So the team came out, researched, found power lines and things leading underground, and made it underground into this nest, and daredeviled their way through the hallways and got to this main medic science room where they interrogated a medic, or excuse me, a chemist here. And I don't know that they finished their interrogation, but they I think it was Windwalker who sliced into this person in his mind. Obviously not for real. She's a telepath, and I think after that, the group tunneled their way, or at least Sand Crab tunneled their way up into this area over here. And I think that's where I'll pick back up on who followed in the tunnel up to the top. Did anybody stay behind? But that was the last action that we took at the end of that. At the end of that session, there is these people that are on these stretchers have portions of their skin with molten-metal flesh, and there's a couple of other things that are going on, but I'll allow the other characters to explain themselves. We're going to start at the top of the order with Wild Thing. Why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about what your character is thinking right now and what your next steps are, and we'll just go down the list from there.
Okay, well, my character is trying to ascertain a way to break into the computer terminal she is currently standing next to. If not, she wants to get the hard drive out of it to take back, to go over to figure out what the heck these people are doing.
Yeah, that's a good point. So your character can definitely take a phase or two to get that out. I mean, it's going to be more than a phase, but you're going to have to break it open, get the hard drive out. And
Yeah.
the team has collectively recognized that the security on these, any tech, any computers, any comm devices for the agents and the people that are in this underground nest, it's extremely secure. Darkness over tech. Cypher and I think got lost in a data lake after doing some of his cyber mental powers. You snapped out of it, but I think that's one of the reasons why Wild Thing you're trying to grab that hard drive, because no one is being able to really get into them.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you're going to take a couple of actions to get that thing out. But are you going to make your way over to this area where there was a scanner?
No, not until she's done doing what she's doing.
Okay, cool. All right, Max, what are you doing?
Well, was getting the scientist there, Mr. Doctor there, away from the console he was working on and trying to get Cypher's attention. Maybe he could get into this and get any information from this regarding what's going on to the people on the tables.
Okay.
So that if and when we have to bounce out of here, we have some data.
Yeah. And did you make any successful rolls? They're hard rolls, but I think you and Cypher are going to be the ones that could make them in this moment, rather than taking something back to Homestead.
Sure, I can try. I just know he's better at it. So
Yeah, I think you all are going to find the more chances and attempts you get, the more dire things will get. But the more chances, the more probability. So, and for those that are watching, they're doing the Cypher and Max are like experts in power based at technology and computers, and they're failing because it's -8 on the rolls due to the security systems. So it
but
just
fortunately, he's already logged in. That's what I'm praying for. Is he was already looking at the computer, so we want to be able to piggyback off whatever he was doing.
yeah. That's I remember you saying that because he is it, and you see those screens are live. They're in like a medic area, but they're still logged into the network. You're right.
And if nothing else, I assume he was looking at the medical data either for the people on the tables or something to do with the phenomena around the ship.
Yeah.
And that's really the information I want to try to get.
Yeah. So I'm not going to ask you to, if you're not trying to hack any further than that, you can make a clean roll for that because that is what he's looking at.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and make your roll for that, and we'll see what we can give you.
By 2.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see that this chemist is like.
I succeeded by 6.
Where's that? Did you roll as well?
Computer programming?
Yeah, I think that and such successful rolls. Oh yeah, y'all are both in front of it. I'll give you the rundown on this then. You all can see that the chemist is. It's like he's being really hasty, and you can see he's making some digital notes and trying to keep up with everything. But this was not his research. He was not here to research molten metal. That these people just got turned to flesh. He was doing some other research into underground minerals, but all of a sudden you've got this new file. You can see even the created date on the file is just like 30 minutes ago, and he's all of a sudden looking at this, right? And it's just a wonder that he's a chemist that's got the skill set for this because he was already looking at underground minerals, but the thing that they're looking at is not what he was trying to do. He did not cause this.
And he's just trying to analyze it. Well,
Yep.
We'll make him back up physically if necessary.
Yeah, are you gonna like threaten him to move or tell him to get out of the way or something like that?
I've already got the lightning hand going near him, and I'll just start walking towards him.
Roll your presence die and add a two dice to it.
What I got here? Okay. $14.
Yeah. So he'll step back. He's not like cowering, but he's definitely going to take some step backs. He obviously doesn't want you to hit him with his
and I really don't want to hit him with it either. So it's fair.
Yeah. And he's a chemist, so he doesn't obviously have a whole lot of presence on him. So he steps back.
Well, I don't have a lot of chemistry, but I'm a physicist, so I'd like to at least take a look at from that aspect.
I was trying to unlock this dude. Will you say that again, please?
I'm not a chemist, or a biologist, but I am a physicist, so I'll try to take a look at the data from that aspect.
Okay, yeah, make another roll, and then I'm going to go down the list to the next person. And that'll just help me know. Make your science roll, make it with maybe a -2, and see if you understand anything that's going on.
Already rolled it. Let's see what I get. No, not even no. This is all like biology stuff. No, makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go down the list. Windwalker, you tell us what you just did and what your next intentions are. Windwalker, are you with us?
May still be driving.
Okay, Windwalker, we're going to come back to you in just a few minutes. I don't know if you're on mute. Cypher, tell us what your intentions are and what you're doing right now.
All right. So, with I'm wanting to try to find a way to bypass these security features that they put on the computer systems.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure what the correct word is, but I'd like to put a mole under this user's name so that I can try to come back to it later and do reverse engineering to resolve the problems that I'm having connecting with these
Okay.
defensive systems.
Okay. Let's make your computer programming roll. And because they're already locked, you're going to use this terminal that he's in front of or was in front of. You're going to ask
Yes.
Max to step aside for a second. And
Oh, go right ahead. This what they're doing makes absolute zero sense to me. So yeah, all yours.
okay.
Actually, he doesn't need to step aside. I can do it remotely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Make your
so
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
security systems.
Yeah, whichever is the most appropriate. But instead of a -8, make a -4 to it, because he's already logged in.
Okay. Come on.
And he's not logged into any of their comms or anything. This is basically his research panel. So you're basically hacking beyond that. Oof.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not going to say that you are not going to be able to do it, but you didn't succeed in this moment, right? It's taking a lot of time. You can tell that their security systems are hardened, and it's just like it's
Really annoying.
fighting back against you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are still over here now. Sandcrab wasn't able to join us tonight, so I knew that he had tunneled up to the top of this building up here. And what I'm going to say is, as he tunneled up to the top of that building, there was this open area down here, and he crumbled through into that area. And as you all have seen from some of the other hallways, these are no normal defense gases, and kind of he's basically going to succumb to that. And he's going to call out, right? He's going to need some help, but he's going to try to tunnel out. But because he's not here right now, he's going to, for some reason, be weak and not be able to get out of that tunnel that collapsed. So you all hear Sandcrab collapse in that area, but he's got, I got it, I'll get myself out. And so he's not asking for your help right now.
Okay. Because he had the defenses to the previous NNDs, so unless this is different.
Yeah, he's not here, and so some reason those defenses aren't working. His suit's not malfunctioning. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top of the order. Wild Thing, this is your second phase trying to break into this thing. I'll say after this one, you'll have a hard drive that you can pocket and take with you after this turn.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Okay, Max, what are you doing?
Huh?
I said Max. What's your next step? Yeah.
Missed the Mac
like,
part.
yeah, so did I.
Sorry.
I was like,
Max.
wait a minute, didn't you just say that?
Well, since Cypher is doing his thing, I will turn my attention to Mr. Scientist and try to question him more directly. When did this start occurring? How did this start happening?
Yeah, so he's not going to fight you in this conversation, and if you try to press him for something that he can't tell you, then I'll ask for, not can't tell you, but is unwilling to tell you. But right now, he'll just straight up tell you, last couple of days, the news reports, the protesters, this all started with the American Courage that emergency docked here, and so he said this wasn't my primary study. He kind of reconfirmed some of the stuff you were already seeing on the terminal. But it's been 2 days, and
Do you know what's causing this?
so that's what we're trying to figure out right now with these patients. And he said, but the transformations are happening too quickly on them. These are just the two that are still alive right now, but we've lost others. This used to be a busy underground operation. He said, but it's happening
Is it
too fast.
something on the ship?
That's what he thinks. Yeah, he said it's emanating from the hull of the ship, inside the hull of the ship.
The ship come from? Any idea what it was carrying?
Yeah, he doesn't really know. He says it's a cargo ship. It's just got cargo. He doesn't know.
Definitely got something very dangerous on it, apparently.
Have any survived?
He said he says that we are sending people in with protective suits. Those are the
Is that
only people.
helping?
Those are the only people that are surviving, and the people that went in before that, and some of the people that were on the ship are the ones that have died. But we didn't get these protective suits until the train shipment earlier this morning.
All the people turned to this organic metal stuff.
That's right.
Interesting. What do your suits protect against that allows people to get nearer?
What do they protect against? I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, they're protective suits. What are they protecting against that allows people to get closer to it without turning to metal?
Yeah, they're like a particular alloy, meant for working in like lava areas. They're basically metal protectants.
Radiation, that sort of stuff?
I'm as a person, I don't know what would be the difference. They're just basically suits that allow them to be in areas with high temps and they would be suitable for being near lava.
Interesting.
Specialized type suits. They don't have very many of them.
So do you think it's the heat, part of the heat causing this transformation?
He says we haven't been able to get close enough to the whatever's causing it in the hull of the ship, and these people, when they get back to us, it's not hot anymore. It is causing boiling, but we don't know if that's boiling because of the transformations that are happening. But like he doesn't know if heat is what's being causing it or is just a side effect. But these patients back here, once they get far away from it, the molten metal on them is not hot.
But it doesn't go away either.
That's right.
It seems to be permanent, correct?
That's right. That's right. Now, you would know, Wild Thing would be able to know that she had some of this happening on her skin. And
I didn't know considering what I was doing, I didn't know if I could jump in on that combo.
Yeah, jump in. You would hear this, and if you want to jump in, go ahead and tell your bit.
It's not radiation, and it's not the heat that's causing it. I think there's some kind of mutagen or something that is causing the changes. Look at them. She waves her hand towards the guy on the thing. That's not heat. That's actually changing his physical structure.
So you're saying this mutagen is leaking out of the ship?
She nods as she continues to work on the hard drive.
The chemist says we've sampled the water, and the water is not polluted. It still looks like water.
My guess is it's not a physical, it's more of an invisible gas, for simplified theorem I have.
So the chemist hasn't been able to figure this out, but you have. That it's an invisible gas.
Well, I think I think all of the people that are, I won't say Wild Thing, you go ahead and respond, sorry.
I'm using a simplified term. It's not something that's in the water. It's something that is emanating from the ship. It's not chemical. It's not material.
Yeah,
It's not even gas.
It's magical.
well, the chemist will say there's not a chemical. We're not seeing a chemical reaction in the water, right? That is. He agrees with that.
That
We
makes
don't know.
sense.
We don't know what it is. Anything else you want to ask before I move on?
I'm good.
Okay, Windwalker. I think you're online with us now. Do you want to ask anything, or take your next action?
Hey, yeah. Let's see, I got here. So then I cannot think of anything else because I remember us ending in a different location, but I'm good on a little retro.
Yeah. So
I
because
think
Sandcrab
because
isn't here.
Sandcrab's not here, that's not happening.
Well,
I see.
he has tunneled up to the top of that room, but he's collapsed into the hallway, and so that's where he's going to be. And because he's not here for the session.
He actually likely would have waited until he had backup before charging into that room.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that too. I don't want to put him in a bad situation. I just didn't know what to do since he's not here.
I know the plan was to go up there, but I don't keep considering how we've moved together so far. He probably wouldn't have done that
He
alone.
had gone up there. The last thing that happened in the last session, he had tunneled into the room, and a guy in there said, "What took you so long?" Basically,
Oh,
paraphrase.
I understand that, but at the same time, we were all going with him too.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So with that being reckoned away, I think I might go ahead and just ask this chemist. It's like, well, have you given any thought to undoing this?
Yeah, he says that's what we're trying to figure out, but it moves too fast and the people die too quickly. And he's saying I'm not being able to reverse these changes on these people.
And expletive. Okay.
Yeah, so for the purpose of sand grab, I'm gonna have it to where if you all decide to go up into the front room, to that upper room, he will still tunnel you all up there like we happened, and the same interaction will happen. This is all just happening before that moment. Fair enough.
That works. I'm going to go over
Sounds
and take
great.
a look at one of these metal people,
Okay.
partially metallic. Are they emanating anything that I can see?
Ooh. Give me just a second to look. That means I've got to go back to my notes. And what is the fullness of your power? Is it all spectrum, all electrospectrum?
Yep, the entire electromagnetic spectrum, everything from gamma rays to, the whole spectrum. I may not be able to, fish it all out and tell you, oh, that's a gamma ray, but,
Yeah. So I'll say on the metal parts, you can see more. It's like not electricity, but there is some type of charge. They're much more highly charged around those metal parts. Like definitely super charged, not any type of normal ionic charges that you've seen in normally occurring.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I'm fascinated, so I'll probably be over here playing with one of them.
They're like moaning and groaning, and you're like, "Ooh, neat."
Sorry, you're cutting out.
I said they're all moaning and groaning, and you're like, "Ooh, neat."
I actually completely ignore that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, Cypher, you came after Windwalker. Windwalker, did you have any additional actions that you wanted to take? I don't mean to skip over you.
No, I can't think of any action, so I'll just save it.
Okay, Cypher, you are Stevie. I think Stevie's with you here. Cypher, are you on mute?
Yes, I was on mute. Okay, here I am, talking away, not doing anything. Gotta love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can I use my bugging skill to create something in here that I can come back to at a later time?
Yes. Yes. Roll it at a 4 or less. I mean, a 4 penalty. -4 penalty.
Can I mitigate that with any other skills or with my powers?
Yeah. So any other skills successful are going to be at a 8 or less. So you can do it, but to succeed at that complimentary, it's going to be hard. But yeah, please, it's worth it.
No, but so do I have any powers that could be of like where'd it go? My ability to telepathically read into the computers or mind control the computers, can that help me get rid of the negatives?
Yeah, so if you're able to successfully connect with your powers or do any in the first level of the machine control, then yes, you will get benefits for that, for whatever you're trying to do on the bugging.
Okay, I'm not sure that I understand what you're saying. So do you want me to roll like the cyber control or the telepathy, cyberpathy?
Yeah, these machines and all of them have the equivalent of mental defense. And
Right,
so if
okay.
you exceed their, yeah, so you are in the first.
Holy crap! 5 ones!
That's okay. You're still in the first range.
OMG!
You're still in the first level, and I'll say you will get.
He forgets where he is. What was I doing?
No. So you'll get an additional 2 bonus on your bugging. So instead of being a -4, you -2.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Nope, still failed.
Oh my gosh! I'm trying so hard to make it, anyway, not that hard. Okay, so you all see Cypher really just like, what does your character look like when you're doing this? Are you wrestling mentally? Does people know what you're doing? Your hands? What are you doing?
Well, I have a face covering, and all you can see are the red filters that would be my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably flashing blue and green and yellow. And
Okay, so it's like a data throughput. They see the flashing lights, or you being angry. Is that what they're seeing?
yes, and Stevie asks if I want him to zap it, and I go, no, not yet. But that's not necessarily not an option, and that way I would say out loud.
They don't hear this, but they hear you saying not yet.
Yeah, they would hear my response, but not Stevie's.
That's great. Okay. All right. I think hopefully you will be able to attempt that. I mean, it sounds like you've got a strategy for trying to break in now with bunches of adders. We'll come back. Wild Thing, what do you've palmed this or you put this hard drive, and over in the corner you also see Wild Thing just tearing through a computer to get to a hard drive, and she's gotten to it safely.
Okay, I set the hard drive down for now.
Okay.
You might want to keep that away from me.
Magnetic fields.
Just fair warning. Yeah.
No. D-roll set it over here. Nowhere near him.
Just saying, if you're running around, you probably don't want to be standing next to me when I fire off the lightning bolts.
Mm-hmm.
She, where's the,
Noted.
she looks to the scientist, the chemist, and says, let's start from the top. The ship that came in, was it one of yours?
No, he's freely. No, this is a cargo ship that requested emergency docking. We don't know who these people are, and it's just a cargo. And you all would have seen that in the news. Even this is a American cargo ship to the American shipping company. They ship vehicles and they ship normal stuff, right? It's just cargo ships.
Okay, Windwalker pipes in. Wait, are these people, and she's like pointing over at the patients, from the ship or were they here?
Yeah, he says these people on the tables. I don't know who these people are. These are people from the ship. But he says plenty of our people have died as well.
So there was no one left on the ship alive outside of the ones you have here.
No, I can't say that. There were probably people, and he even said, and we're sending another, and then he stops.
You're sending another.
Continue.
He said, I shouldn't have spoken. We're sending another group in. We're trying to figure this out.
Another group of what?
He says that we've been agents. We're sending our teams in to die, basically, because we can't figure this out.
I look at the others. Wait, you said that the suits were protecting them.
Yeah, he said
Are they protecting them or not?
Assholes.
we only have so many suits.
Where do you keep your suits at?
Oh, he says, I shouldn't tell you. I shouldn't tell you.
She leaps over, lands in front of him.
Okay.
I ask you politely, where do you keep your suits at?
So you leapt at him. Are you showing fangs? Are you
There's
doing
also
anything?
going to be a glowing sword brandished behind her
Okay.
in his general direction.
Yeah, roll your normal presence, add 3 bonus dice to it.
And this is just going to be a standard,
But add 3 dice to it.
at 3.
And if my display helps at all, just throw it in. If not, oh well.
So that would be a 17.
Ooh, these are bad rolls.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, he says, we have a couple more on site, but I'm not supposed to tell you where they are.
You're going to. You're going to do it now. You want to save lives? I can tell. I can feel the fact that you don't like sending others into their death. Tell us where these suits are. Maybe we can save some lives.
Are you gonna try to make another presence attack? And with narrative alone?
Yeah, this is more. This is good. Yeah, this is more. This is going to be kind of a persuasion using logic.
Do you have a persuasion skill or something like that?
I don't think so. I never got around to adding that.
But
which
treat
was
it like
my
an
intention.
everyman.
Let's see. Yeah, I kept forgetting to add that to my thing. I was going to. So stick with
I
the
have a
persuasion.
conversation if you want to actually have somebody have a conversation with him.
Yeah, I think.
But I'm more fascinated by the body parts. Do you have any of these
I'm
body
rolling
parts that aren't
really
on
damn
people?
low. I am rolling really low today.
Yeah, so he'll tell you we've got some. We've basically set up a morgue in the back room off to the side, where there are more bodies. He says, and he's got like a disgusted look in his face. Wild thing, he's not convinced or willing to change. Your presence isn't.
Yeah, I know, but it's a pretty sucky roll. I look at since I don't want to intimidate him anymore. I looked at one of the less aggressive and less intimidating people amongst us. Talk to him.
So Max, you next on the order. Windwalker, you'll be up after that. Max, do you want to say something?
What information are you looking for in particular, Wild Thing?
But she's trying to get him to tell us where they keep the suits that they've been using to get into the ship.
Well, he said they've only got a limited number. We saw 4 of them out at the ship. They were on people.
Yeah, but he said that they were sending in another crew.
He steps back and is sitting down at this desk, putting his head in his hands. He's distraught.
Okay, so look, we just need a little bit of information here. How many?
I'm actually going to go over and like put a hand on Un's shoulder, a little good cop. it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah. So
how many of those suits do you have on site? we did see 4 of them being in use. And could you point me in the direction of those bodies again?
Yeah. He's mentioning the bodies. Just he's still kind of pushing him beyond his emotional
No,
capacity.
I need to analyze them.
No.
I don't want to be handling the people over there. They're alive.
No. He's emotionally breaking up, and he's like they're in the back room over here on the side. And he basically points you over here, and down the hallway on the right. There's a supply room back there, and that's where we've got the extra suits and where we've made our makeshift morgue.
You say, okay. How many are back there? Do you know?
He said we only have 2 more.
Okay.
Okay, Windwalker, do you want to do anything specific, or do you want to hold?
Let's see here. You better just give this guy a pat on the back. It's like, hey, thanks, dude.
Yeah, you're just
You're helping out.
Yeah, are you still in your agent PJs?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, that's right. Still in the agent PJs that are not fitting so well.
That's great. Okay.
So he might actually assume that I'm like a turncoat or something.
I don't know. He's
Except that I had
pretty smart dude. I
You're
don't
probably
know.
swimming in that suit.
Yeah, it's not a successful costume for him. Okay.
That's a bad cosplay, man.
Yeah. Cypher, do you want to take an action again to try your mole? Or you want to do anything different?
Yeah, I want to. I'm really bothered by not being able to get through this security thing. I'm thinking I need to add armor piercing to my cyberpathy.
Actually, that's probably not a bad idea, but still.
I think Cypher needs a hug too.
Okay, so what's your strategy? How are you going to break into this thing?
So I'm going to try.
Oh, yeah.
That's much better.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
Okay.
With that, you got 30 in advance. Wow, that was a really good roll. Let me open up the useful. I have a useful charts folder. Okay, is that mind control? Is that what you just did?
Telepathy.
Telepathy. You can read into the target's memory. What did you roll? You rolled 50 minus 20 is 30. No, you can read into the target's subconscious. So, Cypher, you broke through.
Yay!
Yeah, that was a really great roll. I wonder how many 6s did you get?
What?
4.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. Okay, so you're in, and you won't get -8s on your rolls while you are, while you're in. And if you disconnect or something, you leave this area.
Different story.
Yep, you're in.
We know what you're doing for a bit.
You betcha. I am delving.
Okay, I will give you a bit of
There
information.
he goes down the rabbit hole again.
So do you want information? Tell me your strategy. You want information, or do you want to do your mole?
Primarily, I want to put the mole in so that I can, that when I try to come back, I won't have as hard a time getting into it.
Okay, so make your bugging roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, you've successfully done that. When you, and this is, well, I'm not going to tell you the benefit you will get or won't get, but yeah, you've successfully supplanted.
Put a bug in.
Put a bug in. That's right.
A back door. That's it. I put a back door.
Does anything happen differently once you're in now? Does the room all of a sudden glow a little brighter, or what happens that you've been so demonstrably successful?
No, I don't want anybody to know that I'm in.
Okay. So no one even knows this opus of computer hacking has occurred. No one knows. Okay.
Well, if somebody's so where are we standing? There's Max. Okay, so Max might be able to hear me say "Eureka!" I'm in.
Okay. I'll give you.
But I kind of say it under my breath.
Okay. Well, then I think if you want to have someone celebrate that, Max is going to have to make a successful perception roll for that. But Max, you can make that. Let's move on. Wild Thing. What do you do next, Wild Thing?
I say, fine. And I tell him the security systems, the chemicals, what are they? And how do we turn them off?
The security systems. He says you need somebody. You need somebody to open the doors for you. Any unauthorized is gonna trigger alerts. He's
Good,
really
you have a job.
Yeah, he's really distraught. So you're gonna get some bonuses to your presence. Are you gonna ask for him to help you make it through the next doors and stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Will you say what you're gonna say while you roll your additional presence? And I'll say you get 3 additional dice for that.
Okay.
So roll 6 dice for presence, and then also say what you're telling him to say.
Good. You will get us through those doors, and we will see what we can do to help save your life, the lives of those people you work with.
Okay, yeah, he is going to like if you take him by the arm or something, he's going to walk over to this thing, and he puts his hand onto it and puts his eye next to the thing. Does all the stuff that you knock him over, but he's
And then falls over.
yeah. But this door swings open, and it is not full of an indie gas. So you all can see into this area over here. And what you see, if you all look over here, anybody that's able to look through that door, you see there's a technician in the hallway, and then you see there's these metal stairs that go up into a kind of a upper level, still secure area, but not a paneled door, not a secure door.
Secure door, right.
Not a secure door. The secure door he just opened and let you through. You don't see those types of things on the other ones. If you look inside that door, you would see that.
Yeah, I definitely am doing that.
Okay, anybody moving into that area, or any of y'all hanging back?
See, yeah, I'll be flanking Windwalkers cautiously.
Okay.
She's learning caution.
I'm going to send Lindsay in there too.
So Lindsay is your last Fleetwood, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So are you going in, or are you staying at this terminal?
I'm staying at the terminal for now.
Okay.
I really hope you're saving up, points for a bigger one of these, and it's going to be called Mick. Because we haven't seen Mick yet.
That's true, and after the events of when Algorithm had Stevie attacking me, her name may be changing too.
Okay. So what's happening?
Oh, the door is floating.
Well, I accidentally did that, and I'm trying to undo it now.
Aha.
And I don't know that I'm going to be able to fix it. Okay, so that door is open, and you all are able to walk through that hallway. Are you going to walk through the hallway?
You probably won't be able to get it right back where it was unless you use the gizmo to get it there.
Yeah, I'm just going to lock it now. We've got a door.
So the robot went in first?
Did Lindsay go through the door?
Yes.
All right.
Now Lindsay is only like the size of the golden snitch.
Mm-hmm. But flying around in here, okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened to
I just moved her inside the thing.
the figurine that I had for...
Uh-huh.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Excellent.
Okay. So, just for moving along, Wild Thing and Windwalker, are y'all both moving in to that hallway, making your way through?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. My heartbeat. I want to get an idea of what we're facing. Up those stairs and over here as well.
Yeah. So you detect some heartbeats down the corridor. Not very many, maybe a couple, two. But you definitely detect fast heartbeats, anxious bodies, lots of people in this upper room.
Okay. Who are you? I say.
Oh, so you're talking to this guy who says, "Who are you? I'm a technician." I mean,
I'm here. We're here to see about the ship. We've come to suit up.
he was like, "Be my guest. I'm not going to get in your way."
It's like, I'll give him a thumbs up for my uniform, for my silly looking uniform. It's like, it's cool.
Yeah, he even says it. I'm not getting, or she says it. I'm not getting in your way. You want to go to that ship? You go into that ship.
Okay. I'm keeping my senses keyed on this room up here. Make sure nobody's coming out or anything of that nature.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and you can see the movement is kind of away from the door. People are not coming toward the door.
Now, is the other doctor, this guy over here, is he gone through as well?
That's a good question. He's opened the door for you all. He's still standing at the thing, but he has not walked through the door. Unless Wild Thing would have like held him by the arm and carried him with her.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then he's going to go with. Yeah, he's following.
So I guess we're going down this way. Just she's gonna hold her breath as she goes through.
Yeah. Okay. There's no gas or anything coming through. And are you carrying this? You're basically pulling this doctor along by his arm. Are you pulling this doctor? Are you pulling this doctor along by his arm the whole way along?
Yeah, because he's probably hoping he gets.
He's got the access card.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
even if he's got. Well, he already opened the access card was here. Getting through these doors is just opening the doors. At least that's the impression I got. But he probably
each hallway is likely to gas up unless we wave a card.
Well, no, that's what she's saying. That the control panel, the only control panel beyond this point was the one he let you in. So there's no card keys or anything beyond these. You're not seeing any card keys as well.
Yeah, the reason the other place is filled up is because we didn't use a card key on the other entranceway. So both corners filled up.
Okay, so y'all are going this way. I'll say you can go through those doors, and I'll come back to you, Max. What are you doing? You've moved into the hallway. Are you taking an action?
I'm watching our backs basically.
Okay, so
is Cypher still in the room talking to the computer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then yeah, I'm trying to position myself so I can see down both hallways, see down the hallway and watch Wild Thing and Windwalker, and see Cypher.
Okay.
I'll have Stevie move into this room as well.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe.
and then fall unconscious.
Say it ain't so. And I'll have Lindsay follow the others into the other area so that I can do remote viewing through Lindsay.
Okay. Are you going to take an action yourself while you're here? You supplanted the system and have placed a mole. Anything else you want to do on this turn?
Yes. After I have placed my mole in, I'm going to use my distant erase alter records.
Okay.
To make my mole look like a system file.
Okay. If you will roll the dice for that power. I don't think you've been successful at that even. Like you're trying to edit the file, but like sometimes when you type and you're in the file and its name won't change or the properties won't change, you're not being able to change the properties.
Okay.
Okay, back to the top of the order, Wild Thing.
Okay, well, when we get in here.
And Windwalker, if I'm skipping over you, I don't know why I am. Did I skip over you to Cypher?
Oh,
Are you?
I don't think so.
No, you did do Windwalker before me.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we're not in phases, so I don't want to do anybody wrong. Okay, Wild Thing, what do you do? Are you getting into that room over there?
Yeah. Where is the suits?
Is this the room that had the bodies in it?
Hello.
No, this is not the room that has the bodies. This is like a supply room. But he did mention that there are two rooms, and the doctor. I mean, well, you weren't there to ask that question, so.
Where are the two suits? And where are the bodies?
If you'll do a perception roll, or are you just asking the chemist that?
I'm asking the chemist that, but yeah, I will use my natural perception. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I succeeded by 12.
Yeah, you got it. But Windwalker is just looking around the room, like in awe of everything in the room. Just as not. You see.
Yeah, I'm like losing a phase. Maybe it's like ah.
You see two suits kind of hanging on the wall, different pieces. If you look on the sides of the door here, you see a suit here, and a suit here, and they're on the ground there, but they're really hung up in places on the wall. And because you made such a good perception roll, you see lots of crates and stuff, and looks like some poisonous chemicals and weird things in this room. But you also see some containers that are very shiny and new looking. I hear somebody's background noise.
Or background.
Mm-hmm. But did you hear that? In this room, you see some shiny containers. Looks like they're brand new kind of stuff.
Air tanks or just like suitcases? What?
Yeah, they're like chests, like something like this.
Okay.
They're chests, but that's not a new looking chest. But these are very
they stand out. Yeah, they stand out as if they're not standard equipment. They're just stored in here for some reason.
That's right.
Okay.
Or they're new.
Mm-hmm. And that's clearly you can tell that they're brand new, or they're shiny. You know what I'm saying? Like something's been, not been handled very much.
Gotcha.
And he tells you that the morgue is in the next room over.
I go and I take a look at the canister over here. What is this?
He says, that's not my area. It's munitions.
I look at the guy standing in the room. Who are you?
He says, lady, I'm just a technician. I don't even know why you're in here. And he talks to the scientist. What are you doing bringing people back here? This is an off-limits area. And they're arguing with each other, kind of gruffly over there in the corner.
Bring your kids to work today.
I look at Windwalker. Do you want to see the body?
I'll just go up and I make a deep voice. It's like, it's a special project.
Roll something. I don't know. What do you roll for that? Like, you're in a PJ's costume of an agent with a young teenager's voice trying to. Oh, what do you
Try
have?
to find out on it later.
Yeah, if you don't put points, at least a familiarity with disguise or something. After this, I wonder if I can do that. Like,
yeah, I should. You're right. Yeah, that would be cool.
Give you at least a point that can only be used for disguise.
Well, it isn't every man. I could roll it,
That's funny.
But
with lots
what's
of
the
negatives.
point now?
Yeah. I mean, you do have some like stealth and streetwise and stuff. You could probably just like do it. But what's your action? What do you want to try to do?
Let's see. Let's see. I'm pretty much following here. It's like, okay, so let's see. I didn't notice the suits. Let's see here. It's like,
I pointed you
okay.
towards the door and said, "The bodies are in there."
It's like, and okay, and then my response is, and what are we doing with those? Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody wanted to look at them. I forgot who.
It's me, and I'm covering both of you currently. I'm watching I'm trying to keep the team kind of cohesive.
Yeah, Max wanted to see them, but he didn't come along. It's like I don't know. He wanted to.
She looks down the hallway. Oh, replace. Let him come here. He wants to see the bodies. Make sure nothing comes up after us.
Okay. So yeah, I'll walk back over here, and let's see here. It's like you said you wanted something in there.
Yeah, I wanted to take a look at the bodies. Thanks. Just try to keep an eye on everybody.
So there was just a switcheroo. Windwalker is now covering the hallway, slashing and hacking anything that comes into view, and Cypher, not Cypher, and Max is going to make his way in there. Okay, Windwalker, Max. I'll say you can get into that room. Max, you want to do an action after you're huffing it down the hallway? And make it maybe.
I want to look in the room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to look in the room and check out those bodies. And since there's, I'm willing to get a little closer to these and actually handle these because, well, they're really may not even be human anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's not drawn on the map, but this technician in here is like putting a body down on the ground, right? And not in a suit, not doing anything for self-protection. And you see in this room, I assume you're in the room.
Yeah.
You see these kind of things over here, and they're almost like filtration. You can maybe one is water, one is air. They're like filtration with pipes going in and up. But everywhere, all around, are just bodies upon bodies. There's probably 20 bodies in here, and you can see that some are worse off than others, but they are almost entirely metal.
Good. That makes it easier, more stuff for me to visually work with, or essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'll start sensing them and see what information I can pull off of them.
Okay, make maybe just an intelligence roll, and any other supplemental rolls that you might have related to sciences and things like that, or whatever role you prefer to use, really.
Make the int roll. I've got the science skill, physics here as well. What else we got that would be useful? That's probably it.
Okay.
Wow.
Failed
nothing.
Yeah. With that,
I would like to have Lindsay go along and do recording.
Okay. Does she have she has such a power where she can record things? Cypher, are you there?
Sorry, I put it on push to talk.
I said she has such a power to record things like that. Or, are you just kind of like special effecting that a robot would be able to do that?
I don't know that she specifically has that as a power, so I'm looking.
No, that's fine.
Do we have a connection to Socrates?
Ooh, no, you don't. Your comm devices are working with each other, but you do not have any outside connection.
Okay.
Yeah, with the physics roll, you will know. I'm trying to think. Like the weight. Are you going to touch them and move them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then you know that their weight ratios, their centers of gravity are all entirely different now. Um, maybe the center of gravity for a human would be one spot, but with this, it's entirely different. The mass is different. It's much more dense, heavier. Um, it's almost like the best thing that you could say would be like the Earth's core, where you could see layers upon layers. That's the best thing that you can say from a physics standpoint.
Probably not giving off like radiation or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay.
As a side note, I have almost 90 points that I can still put into the character. So I could easily add something that allows them to do the recording if you need that.
No, and I mean, I'm totally cool. We'll just roleplay it that way. It's like the equivalent of having cell phones that can record,
You just give them eidetic memory.
There you go. Okay, so Lindsay's recording. You've made a physics roll. Windwalker out in the hallway. You doing anything? Are you holding?
Yep. Yeah, it's watching around and with if that technician there is still there, it's like sup.
You look at each other periodically, left and right. You just kind of do a head nod back and forth every few seconds.
And of course Stevie's still there, so I it's like nodding at him too. And of course I don't think Stevie talks, so
Cypher might be
makes it all
insulted.
more awkward.
Stevie and Cypher are both insulted by that. Stevie talks. Stevie sings.
That's very good. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, Cypher, I think.
Beep, 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 beep,
It's like, yeah, but how many times can we listen to The Edge of 17? I mean, come on.
Cypher, what's your action? Cypher, are you there?
I lost you for a second. I couldn't hear you.
I said, what's your action?
Mine?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Do you want to do anything right now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so you're just in this computer system still, and you've planted a mole, and you're not going to look for anything or research or continue to port. You were trying to modify the created dates of your molder, but you didn't succeed last turn. Are you going to try again at that?
Sure, I'll try again with that. It's a transform. Now, is transform normally cumulative?
Yes, but it would have to exceed any of their appropriate defenses.
What's the defense on a transform?
Power defense.
Okay, cool. So chances are that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's only a 2-die transform.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have suggested it again. But you would know you're not being able to edit or manipulate those records.
Probably don't have proper permissions or something like that.
Yeah, or it's such an active defense that it like re-replicates itself. Like it knows there's a gold image and it just can't. You change it, it immediately changes back.
Okay. So I'll say I'm going to find a way to overcome you silly machines. I am Cypher. That's who I am.
That's great. And as you say that, or as you think that, there's a file in the system that says, "We know who you are, Cypher." And that's the name of the file.
Oh dear. Now I have to look at that file.
Okay. It's empty, but it's got a cursor blinking in it.
I'm going to look through to see if they actually have files on us.
Ooh. Okay. Do whatever appropriate security operations that you have?
I need to roll the telepathy again, or just...
Nope, you're in. That was a good enough roll. I'm not so concerned.
He should at least find a picture of me from a few minutes ago.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Or whatever that scan was.
Tell me exactly what it is you're searching. What are you searching for? Are you typing in people's names, and are you typing in the word "new champions" by chance, or what are you typing? Or what are you emoting to it? Cypher, are you on push to talk? We're not hearing you.
All right, here we go again. I let go. So, I am looking through directories, looking for whether they have any files on this new super team that has shown up. We don't have an official name or anything like that, so it may be something innocuous.
But are you putting any wildcard searches? Are you inputting anything, or are you just looking?
Just looking.
Okay. You don't see anything. And the only reason why it says we know who you are, Cypher, is because that was the last bit of input it said. It's almost maybe like a parrot back or something, like a, But you don't see any other files with names that are familiar to the team or anything like that. Okay? I don't know if you've got push to talk messed up or not, but we will.
Hello?
I will move again, try to join up with the rest of the group, so I'll go into where Windwalker is.
Okay, cool. So you're in the room and everybody nods at each other. And Wild Thing, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay, Max is in there. I want to go. Grab me. Thank you. I want to check out the suit.
Okay.
See if I can see how it is supposed to function. Then I look. And I asked, is that supposed to hook up with this suit? Indicating one of the thingies.
The canister things?
Yeah.
No, he says those are like munitions, weapons types of things, and he says the suit is just self-contained. And he looks at you and he says, "Are you going to put that suit on? Is that what you're gonna?" And like he's incredulous. Are you going to do that?
I look at is that suit going to fit me?
He says these have self-fitting, better than your friends get up, but these suits self-fit. Isn't that nice?
Back to the future.
I know. That's what I was thinking of.
We need to get on that ship. I said we need to get on that ship. This is the best way to do it. You're certain these things. Try that again. You're certain these things are resistant to the effects coming off of that ship.
I mean, you can tell he's stammering, right? He's like, I think they are. I mean, that's what they're shipped here for. He says, but I've seen so many of our agents die here when they said it would be okay. Why would I? He said, I think they're safe, yes. And he stops himself. Like, you can tell he's not.
He's definitely not sure.
He's not sure. Yeah, he's definitely not sure.
Yeah. Were these two? Have they been used, or these new?
These are new. They haven't been used. These are the leftovers that we have.
Okay. I'm going to wait till Max and the others.
Okay. Max, what do you do?
Come in.
Are you communicating about this to anybody? Are y'all sharing this information about the suits and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I'd be sharing the information about the bodies that I'm just really not able to get any good information of them. They're definitely interesting, but at least they're not giving off any radiation.
Okay. So let's see if we can move forward through the narrative a bit. What's the team's objective right now? Are y'all going to try to get on that ship, or are you going to try to? What are y'all wanting to do right now?
Get on that ship. But before we do that, she wants to find out what's going on in here. There's a lot of people in here, and there seems to be a good deal of heartbeats going. Their heartbeats like anxiety or fear or adrenaline.
Yep.
How can you tell with a fast heartbeat that's fast a heartbeat?
Yeah, you detect fast heartbeats, right? So you know there's something going on there, but you don't know exactly what is happening. But obviously, you know there's a lot of fast heartbeats in that room.
Oh, fast heartbeats.
Could be they're all exercising.
Hot yoga.
Stutter
It's the
stop
gym.
would be more out of fear. Depends on the rate of the rhythm. The rhythm and the beat and the beat and the rhythm. Anyway,
And the beat goes on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
the scientist will tell you. He'll tell you. I mean, once you get that on, you go down to the right. There are 3 tunnels in, but you're not going to be welcome. Just know you're not going to be welcome. And I'm not helping you once you get past that door.
understood. Okay, there's only 2 of them, which means only 2 of us can go down there safely. Rax.
I heard my name. That's all I heard.
That's all she said.
Yep, I'm done. We can head out.
Are y'all
Need to
gonna?
see which of the 4 of us are going to go on down to that ship.
Well, there's only 2
Well,
suits.
Yeah, that's what I said. Excuse me. Yeah, which 2 of the 4 of us?
Oh, okay. Which of the 4 of us? Yes, which out of the 4 of us?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
which of the 4 of us are going to go down there?
I think we should all leave. It's just that which 2 of us are actually probably going to be searching the ship on point. Because they've got troops on the ship. We saw that.
Yeah.
Maybe the teleporters, since we have fast escape possibilities.
Actually, I believe they were outside the ship, but I don't think they had gotten in yet when we were coming in.
No. They were all over
We
it.
didn't look inside. What I'm saying is they had troops on the ship, though.
Yeah.
So we could all go to the ship. The suits are going to be good for probably going in the ship. Now, they also did have people in suits outside the ship that were at the water level.
Question. I just want to make sure because I don't remember anybody on the ship. I know that there were, when she was in the water, there were suits outside of the ship in the water, but I don't remember anybody on the ship.
Like physically on it, yes. The moment you went out there was before the scene happened, but when you all did the first session, Cypher sent one of his Fleetwoods to monitor it and saw helicopter activity, troops on top of the ship, lots of activity on top of the ship. Yes, and then looking over the edge with more suits down in the Enviro suits down in the water, which were the people you saw. So it's just that they have definitely commandeered that ship, right?
Right. Okay. So it's coming out of the water, but nobody on top. I asked the chemist, your men on the ship, and none of them seem to be affected by this.
Yeah, that's a good point. He says, we think it is emanating outward in a single plane, but it doesn't go up. It's only going out.
It's interesting. That is very interesting. Okay,
Like
so
it's somehow contained by the water.
Now I'm wondering how much distance, but I'm not close enough to ask.
We have comm. You would be able to hear these things over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like, okay, so how far out is this emanating?
Yeah, it's actually.
I will answer that question. I will. Wild Thing will answer the question. I can't answer that question because, but I can't give you an actual number because I don't have an actual number, but Wild Thing does. So Wild Thing will tell you.
Yeah, because she got pretty close to it, and it's spreading even more. So she'll tell you how far it was when she was there, and she was barely even able to get up to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was probably 20 meters outside of the boat. Its
And
hull.
she will tell you it is spreading.
Yeah, and when the chemist hears that, yeah, and he says it's continued to spread and spread. Um, he says we fear for this. We fear for this installation as well.
Understandable. It's below the surface.
Hmm.
Well, I was thinking we need to get on that ship then.
Okay, I think.
And we could probably go take all of us there.
And how many? Do we have enough suits for everyone?
Only have 2 suits.
Okay, 2 suits.
We mug some people and take their suits.
I guess we. Well, he did say that they're sending another team. That's probably what happened. Steam P2P. Oh, that was.
We lost Max,
Lost
basically.
Yeah, Max, are you still on the audio?
Used to be.
I think we lost Max across the board, huh?
Yeah, he may have lost his connection altogether. No, he's on the audio still, it looks like.
No.
How late were you planning to run your game? Because it's 8:30.
Yeah, we've got 30 more minutes of the session. It's 8 to 10 Central Time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's still in Discord, but he's not saying anything.
Yeah, let's see if he comes back in. We will see. Okay, so I think that was the last thing that he said. He needs to get on the ship. We all need to get on the ship. So I think that's obviously your direction. Is there anybody that's not going to want to make a move somehow to get onto the ship?
No, it makes sense that we need to do some observation there.
Yeah, we need to observe the ship, yeah.
Okay, so then the question is, how are you going to do it? What's the next room you're going into, or how are you going to possibly get on the ship?
Well,
how far are we from the ship in this place? It's like there was several zones.
Yeah, that's hard for you to know. And the chemist might say, we right where we are, we're probably 100 meters out from the ship, and they're tunneling in, in the upstairs laboratory. But I really don't have a way of knowing how far the spread's occurred right now.
Oh, we can get onto the ship without any problem.
I can see Max is coming back in.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so I think and we've got the time for it, so we've probably got about 30 more minutes of this mini session.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So, yeah, we can get on the ship. That's easy. I can teleport us all there.
Okay, so are any
of you... I can teleport us all out of here, and 4 seconds later probably teleport us all to the ship. And
did the technician or the doctor say something about where they were doing the tunneling from?
Yeah, this upstairs laboratory, and he points it over to the area. I mean, that when you go back out in that hallway, that's where he said he wouldn't help you anymore, and you wouldn't be welcome in that room. Yeah, you're pointing to it.
So that's the tunnel room then.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to take
trolls?
Might be more suits.
Do we want to take the tunnels, or do we want to come in from the top.
I have to say, I love that you have an option to consider here.
We need to get 2 more suits, at any rate.
Fine.
And there goes Max again. Wait, no, he's back.
Just came back in.
Yeah. Okay, so what's
We're probably going to need 3 more suits.
I think so too, because of sand crab.
Unless the suit that he's got would protect him.
3, 4, 5. You wouldn't know, and I don't know. I think
that's a risk.
Why take chances?
Yeah, and maybe that's again up to each character. I mean, Wild Thing jumped in and it affected her, but she healed. So I guess the question before the group is: do you bust into that upper room door, the tunneling room door, or do you try to figure out some other way onto the ship?
That is the question.
And I'm excited to see what you do. What's the call?
I'm thinking that we're probably wanting to not be overly known, so the less contact that we have with agents and stuff, the better. So perhaps teleporting is the best option. That's my vote.
Okay. What's the rest of the group saying back to that? Cypher makes his suggestion to try to keep things on the deal.
Cypher's suggestion?
Keep it on the deal. Don't go and have any other confrontations with the heartbeats. Teleport onto the boat.
Forge our own path. Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. I think we could do that.
Yeah, so
okay.
That would be Max doing, right? Max is the TPer.
So just a general thought would be, and you have already said it, there are plenty of agents on that boat too. It's going to be
a target-rich environment. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you're.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gather everybody up.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of agents on the boat. It's going to be max 4 in the boat where we need to get to. Let me try that again.
Well, once we go inside.
There are going to be plenty of agents on the boat. There are going to be a max of 4 in the boat. If the suited ones I saw have breached, plus however many are in the second group that they're sending in, which I'm going to assume is beyond that door, pointing up the stairs.
Well, the 4 were outside the ship, on the side of the ship, out on the outside of the hull. So,
yeah, but
the ones that were out there before.
Yeah, but
either way, we will. Ed?
You would know. I mean, Cypher's one of his. I forget which Fleetwood it is. If you're, yeah, you know that ship is crawling with people right now on top of it.
And he is crawling.
Can Christine get into the boat? Are there any open pathways that she can go down to get inside?
Ooh, that's interesting. Make a perception roll for your for Christine. And just tell me how much you make it by. And how small are your Fleetwoods?
They're about 2 inches.
Okay, yeah.
Diameter.
Okay, so make a perception roll for Fleetwood, and I'll tell you.
Now, they have telescopic with all senses, +10 versus range modifiers for hearing, radio, and sight groups.
Okay.
Infrared, ultraviolet vision, high range radio perception.
I don't know what benefit to give you. Yeah, I mean, and it's Christine, right? So Christine, your one of your miniatures out there sees several different like exhaust um, openings that would fit her. Um, those are the kind of things. They're like pipings that would lead into the ship.
Awesome. We'll show the various ones, and I will relay that information to the rest of the team, and I'll say, which one do you want her to take a look into?
Hold on just a second. Mr. Chemist guy,
Mhm.
why are you tunneling into this and not coming in from the top?
That's a. He says, yeah, we believe that that there's something surrounding the ship, and we don't fully understand it, and we can't get to it from the inside. The transformation has gotten so deep on the inside of the ship that we can't get to it that way.
Has it like sealed the doors or something?
He says, no, we believe there is some type of activator. And again, I'm not intelligent enough to talk about this, but he's talking in kind of an electrical sense. And he's even saying this is outside of my field, but there is some type of an electrical magnetic activator on the ship that we need to get to, but it has become too solid around it. And so everybody that's gone down to it has died when they get near it. And the only way we think we have enough time is to tunnel to it from the outside to destroy this electromagnetic activator.
Have you gotten to it through your tunnels?
He says we're soon to make it through. That's what they're working on right now.
Can Cypher look through the records to see what successes they've had?
Yeah, because you're still within range and you're still connected. And I'll just give that to you since you're connected. You know that they have tunneled through 3 tunnels, and the first 2 were off target. They got to the edge, but when they got through the metallic transformation within the boat, and this was more organic material. Like it's converting lots of things into metal inside the boat as it gets closer. But this third tunnel is where they think you can tell they're like triangulating, trying to figure out where the center of the transformation is happening from. And they think this third tunnel is going to get it there.
Okay, because if Christine can get in far enough and not be transformed, I can see through her eyes to be able to teleport myself and one other person into the ship's hold.
I think that's a risk you would take with Christine, right? To get her close enough and not be transformed. I think you just said that. But she could, she went in through an exhaust fan. She's flying around. You're kind of guiding her through.
Yeah, and if I sense that there's something that's happening that's affecting my ability to be able to control her, I will send her back out again.
Okay, let me look at something.
Take your sense, Will Robinson.
Okay, do your Fleetwoods have any power defense? Cypher, do your Fleetwoods have any power defense?
I'm just looking.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
They do have resistant protection.
Okay, I'm gonna
5 PD and ED.
I'm gonna make a dice roll.
Oh,
Okay, your Christine is you can see like little parts of her are starting to become metallic, like little fringes on the outside edges of her.
So more metallic than she already is?
Yeah, it's like a molten type of metallic. It's turning it molten.
Okay, and approximately how far in before that started to happen?
Yeah, she's about halfway down into the ship.
I'll
Halfway
bring her
toward the
back
goal.
out again.
Okay, and that's 2 body toward a transform. Or two total. Well, when you roll a transform die, how is that? Is it the body roll or is it the total roll? Is it the one? I think it might be just one body.
No, I think it's the total of the dice.
Okay, yeah, then it's 2. 2 body. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you're pulling her back out.
Yes, and I will double check that for you.
Okay. And I would say, if you're sharing this with everybody, that's a marked difference between what you saw, Wild Thing saw, the organic material only was being affected. But something has, obviously, the Fleetwoods are not organic. And what he is telling you, what the chemist is telling you, is, the areas, the metals, the everything around this ship's hull is turning molten.
Okay, I will relay that as well.
All right. What does the team do?
I'm sorry, what does who do?
The team. I think we're at a decision point.
So, tunnel or teleport?
I
I'm
prefer
going
teleportation, but I think we
for
need
teleport.
suits first.
Well, if we teleport, as far as we know, there are 4 suits outside the ship right now. We would just have to take them from them.
Well, we have 2, and so we need to get 3 more, 1 to cover for sand crab, correct?
Yes, just in case.
The heartbeats I'm hearing from the other room, that's probably the other team going in. As he said, they're trying to burrow in. My guess is the other team is in that room waiting for their turn to head in.
So that's the question, though. If they haven't actually breached to get the tunnel made, do any of us have the skill to finish the tunnel other than Sandcrab tunneling himself?
Yeah, I think for the game purpose, I would say, well, I don't know. Sandcrab might not be willing to tunnel that close.
Yeah, that's a decision he's going to have to make, because that would put him at the forefront. I mean, if he's got a suit on, maybe that's fine, but
Yeah. I won't make that decision for him.
They're tunneling mechanically, right?
Yeah,
I actually,
yeah. He even says that. Yeah. I mean, that's what this operation was for anyway. Was tunneling and digging and
one
minerals.
of us should be able to operate whatever machinery they have in there.
you have the transport familiarity with construction equipment? I don't.
I have no idea what you just said.
Can you drive a drill?
Yeah, that requires a familiarity or at least
Those
a
drills
skill.
are big enough to ride in.
That's right, they were, that's correct.
I'm sure we can figure it out. Or we can make whoever is operating the machine do it for us. Either way, we need to make a decision here. We can't burrow in. It's too dangerous. Without suits, we need to get the suits.
Okay.
Which means we either go after the ones that are already near the ship, which we cannot do, or we go in there and take what they have.
Yeah,
And try not to damage the suits that are in there, because we need those.
Correct.
I guess that's a dilemma outside the ship or in the tunnel.
Stevie's attack goes against non-normal defenses, so therefore should be able to stun them without damaging the suits.
Unless those suits are actually insulators. Which would actually make a lot of sense considering they're supposed to be protective suits.
Pretty much.
I don't. I don't mean to. I won't rush the group on this. Right? It's your strategy. So how do you all want to? How do you all want to proceed?
Well, she already laid it out. We can't get to the 4 that's already at the ship because we need
Incorrect.
6 to get to them.
Incorrect. We have 2 suits. We can get to them.
Yeah, you could do 2 people.
Forgot about those 2 suits all of a sudden.
The 2 you picked up, yes.
Yeah, completely.
It's like, yeah, but that's only 2 suits. That's a lot of risk.
No,
that's in character.
What I'm saying is there are 4 suits outside by the ship, 2 on each side. If one of us can't take out 2 agents in suits like that, we suck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So what I hear the plan is that we're going to teleport out of here, and then we're going to go to where the people who were already trying to access from the outside, from the water, and knock them out and take their suits.
Hey, the scientist brought up a good point. The
Sounds
tunnels
right, yeah.
are
We're going to mug some agents.
Well, the scientist brought up a good point, though. That the tunnels are their solution because they can't get in from the top anymore. Now, they're not superheroes, so they don't have our abilities. But maybe the tunnel is the only real good way forward. If so, let's go. I'm good.
Is that scientist near you all when you're having
But
this conversation?
how long has this ship been in the port for? The ship's been in port for 2 days. They've rolled 2 tunnels that were off target. They think this is their best route. These are some pretty smart people. They've got good security on their computers. They use more than Norton, apparently. So,
Maybe it's a lot more than Norton.
Oh.
They stack Norton and McAfee? Oh my god. That just makes your system so sluggish.
With AVG.
They might even have Kaspersky in there.
Oh my gosh. So, I'm perfectly good with charging into the next room. Well, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, that's the thing. Okay, well, let's see if we can set up into that. Who's gonna lead? Who's gonna bust in? How's it gonna go?
I can be on point.
I think we've decided to go through the door.
Yep. Okay. Who's got
Can be on point.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Unless Wild Thing wants to go. She's the most tanky of us all, so.
Tanky.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'll be AFK for just a moment.
Okay. We're obviously
I don't think we're going to start combat right now, are we?
No, we don't have the time for it.
Oh, it's almost 11.
Yeah.
I have a lovely flash attack.
Well, I've got the flash and an entangle that hit the entire room.
Area effect as well. Right. Excellent.
Yeah, and if you all want, we can set up the situation into this kind of a showdown in the next session, and it will be flashes all around and however you all want to. Maybe you all can strategize about how you want to do this leading into the next session.
Yeah, that's why I'm willing to go on point. If I go first, I mean, if we basically hold actions until I go, I dump an entangle in there and hit literally everyone in the room.
Entangle's good, yeah.
And then they're all at 0 DCV and go nuts.
Yeah. Do you want to make the first attempt and get a surprise attack on them and see if you can actually entangle them?
Yeah, that would be my plan.
Okay. Yeah, let me. I'll give you that attempt first, and see if you can hit him.
Just to know how much of a prep time you have on the next time.
Yep.
So yeah, I would pop open the door, and the entangle's going to hit at the distance, but I'll still roll to hit.
What is it? A hex hit, or is it it's an area effect?
To hit the hex.
And how radius is it?
8 meters. It's the entire room.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I hit.
Okay.
And
oh, superheroes.
So 3 defense and 2 body on the entangle.
Okay, and is this only strength, or is this what's the?
No, they can break. They can't use their guns or anything because they're entangled.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's normal breakout.
Okay. All right.
They can't help each other. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so they are really going to have to like strength break out then.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to follow up. His attack with mine. A move so he's not in front of this.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm going to make sure. I think it may be a cone. No. The spittle's a cone. This is just area effect, right?
How much of an area?
Oh, no, it's a cone explosion. Okay.
Are you going to? Well, I guess do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And what kind of attack is it that you're doing?
It's a cone. Basically, she's going to move beside him, and a glow appears around her form, that of a large, majestic lion, except this lion has wings. And she opens her mouth. The mouth of this aura around her opens and lets out a roar.
What's the name of the attack?
Spirit roar. He called it spirit roar. Yeah, he called it spirit roar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my old presence attack with a funky new.
So you're doing a flash and a presence attack.
I think you.
That's for a presence attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. Yeah.
Anybody have one action they want to take before we wrap it up for tonight after this? You've got them entangled. You're going to do a flash and a presence attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that sucked.
Yeah, it was not a good roll. I think there's is it linked? Is this flash linked to it?
It's presence attack. Oh, that other stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the spirit roar has that attached to it as well.
It's got let's see.
And what's the cone effect on this? What's the actual
32 cone explosion.
I need to be able to see it. Hold on just a second.
So it gets
32 meters or what?
Yeah, the room is only 12 meters across.
32 cone explosion.
Yeah, goodness, that's 32 meters. It's enormous.
I'll be able to get all 3 of the guys up front though with it.
Yeah, I don't think she would get these people like the scientists. But if you were standing in this area, you know, if you stood right here, you would be able to do a cone because there's no range. It's coming off of you.
Yeah, it's coming off of me. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So how much did you do on that cone?
I rolled lousy.
Still 25.
Well, that's
enough to scare the crap out of people.
Yeah, but it also has a flash, hearing, radio, mental, flash. So roll the 6d6 for that too. Okay, 21, and I'm just going to make sure if they have any flash defense for it.
Let's see, hearing, radio, mental.
Okay,
Let me put that down too.
8 and 8. Hearing 8. Okay, so that did 21, and they had 8 on flash defense on the hearing. But mental and radio, hearing group. That's interesting. So radio and mental, they're going to be flashed for, what is that, 21 phases?
No, 6. Go count the body.
Oh, not the total. Okay.
No, not the total.
Okay, and then the
flash is a body thing.
And then the defense that they have is going to be outweighed by that body. So they're going to, the hearing is not going to be flashed. But radio and mental flash. That's interesting. So you basically cut out their comms for 6 phases. And you have definitely gotten their attention, 25. And it exceeds their presence. Let me see if I can get their presence up. Yeah. What are you actually trying to do with that presence? What's the benefit of the presence attack?
Usually her presence attacks are designed to cow.
Yeah, I need to read exactly what it is. Only for presence attack powers is okay.
Yeah, it does
cause fear.
That's all.
It causes fear. Okay, so I definitely think it's exceeded theirs almost by 10. Obviously, they're entangled. Their radios just went out, and the blast of that has definitely frightened them. I think that's where we'll wrap it tonight. You all have navigated through this thing and have made the decision to follow one of the tunnels down. I'll say 2 experience points for the group, and if you do a journal write-up for this, you'll get an additional experience point. Anybody have any questions or things you want to unpack before we wrap for tonight?
Thank you for running again.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's it.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Doing well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream and